Ah yes, we Americans and our swimming pools. In the 60s and 70s, they were a status symbol. Today, they're the status quo. Something like 3 out of every 4 American households has a swimming pool. With a swimming pool comes barbecues and outdoor parties. And that's what we're going to do today, is a little bit of a pool party. We're going to do some grilled rock Cornish game hens, some barbecue potatoes, some bruschetta, a nifty little coleslaw, little Alabama white barbecue sauce, and let the party begin.
Just mention Mexican food to the average person and will salivate like Pavlov's dog. The same goes for Creole cuisine. The hottest trend in cooking today is fusion, so why not combine Mexican and Creole? Chef Stuart has Amigos Mexican Creole Fusion Cuisine is the first cookbook to explore this hot new fusion style. Jammed with over 50 pages of recipes and insight, Amigos is your passport to the next great culinary craze. Available at 4star.net and wannabetvchef.com.
To break down this rock Cornish game hen, what I'm going to use is a pair of these. Now, any other room in the house, these would be called scissors. But in this room, these are kitchen shears. And they are much better for doing this than a knife. What you want to do is, you see you've got a whole bird here. You want to remove the backbone and the breastbone. Simply just cut right down the backbone. There you go. I've pretty much got half a bird now. Now the breastbone's right down in here. I'm just running down the outside of this big bone because it just gets in the way. Okay. As you can see, that's a whole piece of bird right there. That's a half. Now I'm just going to cut out the remaining breastbone and backbone from this. Put a little spag on it. Head on out to the grill.
Anytime you are cooking a protein, be it chicken, steak, pork, what have you, it is best to let it sit at room temperature for about an hour before beginning the cooking process. This way, you do not have to cook the refrigerator out of it first. It makes for a more tender and juicy product and provides ample heating time for your grill. It also gives you time to do some prep. For instance, I am slicing the bread for my bruschetta and making my funky coleslaw.
All I want to do is just slice it on the bias into chips. They're about a 1/4 inch thick. All the way through the potato. And then I'll move them over to my plate. I've got those sliced up and ready to go for when I take them out to the grill. Now I'm making a base for my Cornish game hens. What I'm going to use is some raw local honey, about a 1/4 cup of it, or a little more. I'm an idiot. Got that going in here. And then to that, I'm going to add a full cup of apple cider vinegar. Half a cup. And there's the rest of the cup. Now I'm going to let that sit just a few minutes so that the vinegar can help soften up the honey to make it easier to mix together. Alright, I got my grill heated up to a good medium-high heat, about 375 degrees. I'm going to take a little bit of this high-temperature grilling spray. Coat my grill grates real good. That'll help prevent any sticking. Then I'm going to go on with the birds. I'm going to lay them skin side down. I want plenty of room between each one so that the heat can completely surround them. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes now, and I'm probably getting a pretty good char on my skin. So what I want to do is just give it a 1/4 turn. See if I can't get that cool looking crisscross. Okay, while my birds are cooking, what I've done is I've taken about 1.5 cups of mayonnaise and about 1/3 of a cup of the base that I made with the cider vinegar and the honey. Added some salt, a good deal of black pepper, and some garlic powder. I'm going to mix it together, and this is known nationwide as an Alabama white barbecue sauce. It's time to give them a good flip and a good base. I want to show you the grill marks that I got on here from doing my quarter turn earlier. See, it's a nice little hatch mark. Get them all flipped now. And here's where I come with my base. I just want to make sure I coat the skin with it really well. And this puts off a really nice aroma when it starts dripping down on the hot fire. You can hear the flavor getting sealed in it now, can't you? This is going to be a terrific dish. It's healthy. Honey is infinitely healthier for you than sugar is. I want to pour just a little bit of that into my white barbecue sauce. I'm going to close the lid, let these keep cooking. Alright, it's been about 5 or 6 minutes since I flipped them over and gave them a base. So what I want to do is just open it up, get my base, hit that skin with it again. I'm not flipping anything this time, just adding a little bit more moisture to the skin. Once again, with that honey in it, it's going to help the skin get good and brown and crisp up nicely. I also finished up my white barbecue sauce, and I ended up putting in about 1/2 cup of the base with the 1.5 cups of the mayonnaise. I've got it in the refrigerator. It's chilling. Our slaw is chilling. And when I get done here, I'm going to make our bruschetta, and I'm going to make some barbecued potatoes. Okay, so while my hens are resting, I've got a little spare time on my hands. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use it to prepare my bruschetta and my barbecued potatoes. So after I've given a good clean on the grill, I want to coat it again with some oil. And I'm going to take the olive oil, start putting it on the potatoes. Now all I'm going to do is squirt a little on here and face down. And remember, these potatoes are already cooked. So all I'm really doing with this is just heating them back up and getting some char marks on them, make them look pretty. Then I want to move on to the bruschetta. I want to put my olive oil on there and then straight onto the grill just like the potatoes. Now this won't take long at all. I'll pull them off and we'll be ready to eat. Well, I'd love to sit here chit-chatting with you folks all day, but as you can see, I've got business to tend to. Thank you for joining us on the Everyday Gourmet, and we'll check you out next time.